of the night. The Pittsburgh Steelers, if you're not watching it now, you can watch it later. However, the Pittsburgh Steelers come away with a monster at the running back position. One, Caleb Johnson, a guy that I had ranked fifth out of all the running backs in this draft. I think this was an absolute great pick by your Pittsburgh Steelers. Again, if you're not watching it now live, you can watch it later. We were just a quick impromptu live session here on the channel. Some of you maybe in bed or something early, but again, we just wanted to come through, get this live started here as Lynn Swan announces the pick for your Pittsburgh Steelers. A guy, honestly, man, a really, really solid pick here for the Steelers, in my opinion. I think this guy is super special, man. Absolutely super special. 6'1", a guy that's 224 pounds. I had some notes on him that I wanted to go over again. A super good player, man. I'm super thrilled that the Steelers got him. 21 years old, out of Iowa, 6'1", 224 pounds. In 2024, he had 240 carries for 1,537 yards, averaging 6.4 yards per carry, having 75 yards as his longest run. Also, 21 touchdowns to add to that, which was a school record, I do believe. With 21 touchdowns. That was tied for sixth in college football. You compare him to some of the bigger names like an Ashton Genty, a guy that had 374 carries in 2024, getting 2,600 yards. You see Caleb Johnson here with 240 carries, getting almost 1,600 yards with 21 touchdowns. And again, you had Ashton Genty with 29 touchdowns. So the gap between some of these players wasn't huge. The departure of Najee Harris gives the Steelers something of a little bit of a hole here. Not quite huge, because Najee, I felt like, was underwhelming to me. I mean, he did okay, and I don't wish Najee any ill will, even though he beat the Steelers up on his way out the door. But that's neither here nor there. I wish him the best. But again, with the departure of Najee Harris, adding Caleb Johnson to this backfield, it is immediate impact for the Pittsburgh Steelers to add to that stable. Jalen Warren, Caleb Johnson, and now Kenneth Gainwell. I think that the Steelers now have a back for every single down, every single situation, and they are very, very versatile. And you look at Caleb Johnson at 224 pounds, what does he do well? What does he do the best out of all these guys, I feel like? And that is really attacking that zone run scheme. And that is exactly what Arthur Smith is looking for. This is the prototypical guy that Arthur Smith wants in his system. A zone run scheme back that can get it done. And you look at the way, the patience of Caleb Johnson in that zone scheme that he possesses, and that quick burst and an quick acceleration, not to mention his 224-pound frame at just 6'1", gives him a lot of thump coming downhill. I really love this pick, guys. And I totally forgot about it because I never assumed Caleb Johnson would be available in round 3 at pick number 83 for your Steelers. I never assumed that to be the case. So I wasn't even thinking it. That's why I was like, hey, it's probably going to be a lineman. It might be a quarterback. But because I never assumed in a million years that Caleb Johnson would be available to them. And I don't believe the Steelers thought that to be the case either. When you see guys like Travion Henderson, Quinshon Judkins, those guys going earlier inside of the draft here in round 2, you said to yourself, Caleb Johnson's not far behind. This guy's going to be gone quickly. A guy that scored 21 touchdowns, that not be the case. So he was there. And the Steelers and Omar Khan definitely take a big swing here and get somebody that is definitely going to be a major contributor to the Steelers in 2025 and creates a real problem within this division. Deet says Jacksonville going to pick up Shador. Yeah, I don't know, Deet. I probably won't get a lot of views. I didn't get to share it or anything. I figure people could watch it later once it uploads. This isn't going to be an entirely long one. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. Maybe people jump in, maybe not. But they can watch it later once it uploads. Thank you for joining us, though, and contributing in the chat. This guy, though, too, north-south runner, a monster, man. I really believe this pick to be something special, and I think that Omar Khan is being a little bit overlooked here in 2025 because sometimes the best move is no move. And you're not seeing Omar Khan and the Pittsburgh Steelers under the guidance in this draft of Andy Weidel. They're not panicking, my friends. They have stayed the course. They have not panicked, and they have not spent draft capital that they have for next year when they have 11 or 12 picks, I believe. They have not went and burned through a lot of that. They have preserved that 2026 draft in Pittsburgh in a very special way. And again, they have not panicked and they've stuck to their guns. They've got positions that will make an immediate impact in 2025. And I know a lot of people say quarterback. Name a quarterback that's left in this draft that's going to give you an immediate impact. There aren't any, guys. There is not a quarterback that will give you an immediate impact. You are riding with Mason Rudolph or a veteran some other way. That is what you're riding with. If they get somebody later in this draft that's a project piece, so be it. That's the thing. But the Steelers are looking right now to do what? Get players that immediately impact this ball club from day one. And that is what they've done with their first two picks. Derek Harmon and Caleb Johnson. They have done just that, my friends. And that is what's special right now about this 2025 draft for Omar Khan. He has not hit that panic button, and he has remained steadfast in the approach, taking best player available each and every time they have picked. And again, I would have never in a million years assumed that Caleb Johnson would be there at pick number 83. Second team All-American in 2024, set a single season record in points for 138, total touchdowns 23, and rushing touchdowns 21. That tells you he can play out of the backfield too and score. He can score from anywhere on the field, guys. He can be a home run hitter, and it looks effortless for Caleb Johnson. That's what you like to see. A guy, when he is a runner, that it doesn't look forced, that he doesn't look twitchy. You don't want a twitchy runner. You don't want a guy that's stiff. You want a runner that is very fluid, that looks like they're gliding, man. That's what you're looking for with these running backs here in 2025 or any year. Just a YouTuber who likes doing vids said hi. What's up? Haven't watched college football much. Don't know except the big guys in the draft. Well, this one's a good one, just a YouTuber. Nebula, we don't know. Nathan Burton, it's the Steelers. I don't think you guys going to get anyone good this year for this draft. They got two good players. Tell us you don't watch football, Nathan, without telling us you don't watch football, my friend. Dude, they made two solid picks, man. I can't even sit there and try to make you feel good about your comment. Your comment's stupid. I mean, come on, bro. I don't think you're getting anybody good. They got two monster players, two immediate impact players here in 2025. What more do you want from them? What more do you think they need to be doing? And this isn't Jason just hyping them up, because if you've ever watched me, I call out the Steelers' flaws, and I call them out in a big, big way. The Steelers have made excellent decisions inside of this draft, and there is no way to say that they haven't. They've taken two of the best players in this draft. Derpy, what's up? I don't want Milroe either, man. Feel bad for Shador. Media went from passing him to slamming him. Yeah, I feel bad for Shador, but again, he'll be on a football team, guys. And just because you don't get drafted early doesn't mean that your career's over. It doesn't mean that you're going to have an issue being a top shelf player, man. It just messes with your money early in the career. And Shador don't have to worry about that. He's made a bunch of money, man. You see the necklaces and shit he wears. He's got bread, and his dad's Deion Sanders. Money ain't the thing for him. The fit is what is most important for Shador Sanders. It's not about anything else but the fit. And I believe he'll end up being with the right team because he is now waiting. Yeah. I don't have any of those up, D. Thank you, Josiah. What you call it? I got to see when the Steelers pick again. I need to see that. Let me try to find that, guys. But again, any comments about Caleb Johnson, feel free to throw them in there. I'm trying to find out all the picks here again. I I don't think they pick again tonight, do they? Hard to tell here, guys. Sorry. I've lost track after a while. All right, let's keep going. Let's go back down through here. Pick number 98, 102. No, the Steelers won't pick again until rounds 4, 5, and 6 tomorrow. That'll be the next time they select. And I believe that you're going to have a Shedeur Sanders. You're going to have a Will Howard. You're going to have an available quarterback if that's the path you choose to take. But again, the Steelers haven't panicked. They haven't reached. And that is something they did in the last year of Kevin Colbert. They reached for Kenny Pickett. And that was a bad move on their part. And they've learned their lesson, I hope. And it seems that they have, because they have not reached for one of these quarterbacks. And that is something special. I don't know about Ravens picks being all hits. I think they've done well. I don't know about hits, but we'll see. They have some very good potential there, D. He's a monster, Dorian D. An absolute monster. 21 touchdowns again. A guy to 23 total touchdowns, setting a scoring record of 138 points. Absolute monster. 224 pounds, 6'1", and what he does best as a zone run scheme fit guy is exactly what the doctor ordered for Arthur Smith in this Pittsburgh Steelers offense. A guy that can be patient, a guy that can hammer the hole with quick acceleration, break tackles, come downhill, thump you. He is a definite ball player. I can, because honestly, he's better than anybody in this draft right now, D. That's the problem, you know? He's better than anybody in this draft right now. And that's the thing, guys. And I know everybody wants to hype up these quarterbacks, you know, but honestly, he's better than anybody else that they could have selected that was available to them. And again, Tyler Shucks selected at 40, guys. I was high on him, and everybody was like, nah, he's a 5th-round guy. I kept telling you he's probably going to be gone early day 2. Nobody wanted to believe me. Nobody wanted to hear it. Everybody said I was stupid. Everybody said I didn't know what I was talking about with it. Well, when Mark Malone turned me on to him, I did a lot of research about it, and I dove deep into his tape, and he was masterclassing a lot of the things that I think are absolutely special for a quarterback at the NFL level. No, it isn't, Dorian. It wasn't real deep. I was hoping my Broncos would fetch him. I think he was good as Omarion Hampton. I don't think that there was a monster gap here when you look at Ashton Genty, Omarion Hampton, Travion Henderson, Quinshaw Junkins. I don't think there was a monster gap in between those guys. But you look at the next guy, that was Caleb Johnson, man. He was 1, 2, 3, 4. I had him as my 5th best running back. And again, I didn't separate those guys in that top 5. They weren't separated by much. I think this running back class was really deep, and I am absolutely shocked. I would have never in a million years assumed that Caleb Johnson out of Iowa would have been sitting there for the Steelers, and I don't think the Steelers would have ever thought that. And when that pick was coming near and Caleb Johnson was still on the board, they were probably literally biting their nails every single pick, because they knew that they were so close to hitting yet another home run inside of this draft. And damn, they did. They got lucky, and sometimes you'd rather be lucky than good. And they got really lucky here, guys, with the Pittsburgh Steelers gaining Caleb Johnson as their running back of the future, teaming up with Jaylen Warren and Kenneth Gainwell in 2025. And then you add that power on the outside and DK Metcalf, George Pickens. I don't care what anybody says. Mason Rudolph is going to be able to do a lot with this offense if he's afforded the opportunity to be the starter. And people want to dog Mason and act like the Steelers got nobody at quarterback. Well, I hate to tell you, Mason Rudolph in 2023, the last time he was in a Pittsburgh Steelers uniform, which was a very short time ago, was a top 5 NFL quarterback statistically. And that is nothing to bat an eye at. That is nothing to overlook. And when you put weapons around a guy like Mason Rudolph, like the Steelers have, they're going to be able to do some good things, guys. And especially if you have a run game for Mason to lean on, and he doesn't have to win it with his arm all the time, and you got weapons like you do in the pass game, there could be something special brewing in the city of Pittsburgh that a lot of people are overlooking. This team wasn't drastically off from being decent. They need some pieces, absolutely. They still need some pieces here in this draft. But damn, did they get a lot better with Derek Harmon and Caleb Johnson added to the mix, because I think Omar Khan and Andy Weidel have hit home runs here, dude. They have knocked that shit out of the park, my friends. And anybody who wants to doubt me, that's fine. The proof will be in the pudding when you see what happens. Milroe to the Seahawks. Insane. Is that what just happened? Let's see. Round 3. Let's see. Where are we? Jalen Milroe, quarterback, Alabama, off the board. Overall rank, 94. Position rank, 4th. Height, 6'2". Weight, 217 pounds. But a very unpolished NFL passer, and he is going to be a project. And having Sam Darnold there is excellent for Jalen Milroe. It is going to give him the opportunity to learn, the opportunity to refine his craft, because that's what he has to do. Athletically, he is an absolute monster. A beast, but passing-wise and what it takes to win at the NFL level in terms of your passing ability, he lacks greatly. And again, nothing but the best. I wish him the best, and I think he's going into a good situation. He doesn't have to play right away. He doesn't have to get thrown out there to the fire, and that may be a godsend for Jalen Milroe, a guy that can now learn, develop, take his time getting onto the football field, and that is something I think is a true blessing to Jalen Milroe, and congratulations to the young man. I may have dogged him in this draft in terms of where he needed to be, and I still think he was drafted far too high here at pick 92, but Jalen Milroe now going into an excellent opportunity, and congratulations to Jalen Milroe. Cleveland Browns now on the clock. Is this where they take Shedeur Sanders? Now that Jalen Milroe went off the clock or off the board here, guys, is this where they take Shedeur? I think that's probably the case. I think Shedeur Sanders maybe goes to the Cleveland Clowns here. Let's see if that happens. No, Dorian, I knew the Steelers were not interested in a quarterback, period, in rounds 1. They weren't going to trade back into round 2 for it. I knew that with certainty. Anybody that covers this team knows. The national media are the only ones that fed you the Shedeur Sanders bullshit and all that. Now, maybe late in the draft they take a quarterback, and that may be Shedeur Sanders, but I think he goes here to the Cleveland Browns. Now that Milroe's off the board, I think that you now see Shedeur go off the board now that Seattle picked Jalen Milroe. Might be. Maybe not, though. Will Howard's still out there. Maybe they take Will Howard. What's up, Jonathan? Yeah, he is a stud, Dorian. I love him. Yeah, I would have taken him over R.J. Harvey, too. I don't know how R.J. Harvey from UCF got picked over Caleb Johnson, but he did. R.J.'s going to be a really good player, too. His body style really fits this NFL system that he's going into, too. So, definitely R.J. Harvey was no slouch here, man. I think it's Shedeur Sanders here, guys. For some reason, I don't know. And I'm not watching it. I'm not on TV watching it, so I'm just trying to wait here like everybody else. For the pick. But make sure you're hitting that like button for us. This is an impromptu live. Nothing formal here over the last day or two. We've just been going live, hanging out, bullshitting, talking. And we appreciate you guys coming in here and supporting us here on the channel, man. No doubt about it. We're a growing channel. One day we'll be taking this shit over as the lead Pittsburgh Steelers podcast out there. But until then, we're just going to work hard and grind. And your help is so important, man. And we truly are humbled by it. Again, if you're not watching it now while it's live, you're going to be able to watch it later once it uploads this update on the Steelers' 83rd pick, and that was Caleb Johnson. Now we're waiting for the Cleveland Browns, and then I'm going to get off here, guys, because it is 10:55. So I just want to see who the Browns pick is. Will Howard had a terrible pro day, but he was just off that day. Don't know. Yeah. You never know, Dorian, but he proved, too, that he could play in big games, you know. He won a national championship. The stage wasn't too big for him, and that's going to get him drafted somewhere. Shedeur will be drafted somewhere, too. What's up, Tom? We're back for a quick one. We're about to be getting off here, guys, here in a minute. I just wanted to come on and do a quick 20, 25-minute session to update you guys on the pick. The Steelers will pick again tomorrow if you're interested in that. There are still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 picks here. You know, another interesting place for Shador is 98 and 99, the picks for the Las Vegas Raiders. Those are both traded in picks. They swapped out. So 99 or 98 for the Raiders could be an excellent fit. I look for Shador Sanders to be off the board here, 94 through 99, somewhere in there. I don't think he goes to the Vikings, but stranger shit's happened. Let's keep going here. Cleveland Browns. Dillon Gabriel, quarterback, Oregon, going before Shador Sanders. Woo! Going before Will Howard. Dillon Gabriel, very small, 5'11", 205 pounds, adding a lot of athletic ability, coming from a nice pedigree where his dad was the quarterback for the University of Hawaii, played at a high level. But Dillon Gabriel going to the Cleveland Clowns. I think this is a pick that is okay. Dillon Gabriel's not a bad guy, but I don't have him ranked above Shador, and I don't have him ranked above Will Howard. So, hey, it is what it is. Shador Sanders still in play here, but now you're seeing these other quarterbacks come off the boards, guys. You saw Tyler Shuck come off at 40, best quarterback in my eyes in this draft. Tyler Shuck came off at 40. He was greatly overlooked. Many people had him getting picked in the 5th, 6th, 7th round. That didn't happen. But now you see Dillon Gabriel as the 4th quarterback selected in 2025 here. Position ranked 9th by most people. So overall ranking 161 best player inside of this draft. Another Wombat, I'm liking the pick. I am too, another Wombat. I think the Steelers have hit a home run 2 times in this draft, and I'm thrilled about it. And again, everybody is not talking about it, and that is the masterful job Omar Khan has done here, because sometimes making no moves is the best move. And he has not panicked. He has not hit the alarm bells. He's not tried to reach for anybody. He's allowed this draft to come to him, and he's taken the best player available each and every pick so far, and it's only 2, but he's gotten back to that Steeler way of taking the best player available at the time. And Derek Harmon and Caleb Johnson, both the best players available on the board at that time for their football team. And maybe Caleb Johnson wasn't the best player available for another football team, but they have taken the best player available for the Pittsburgh Steelers, adding high pedigree to that running back room. New England Patriots on the clock with their pick being in, but the NFL, of course, dragging it out, as always, guys. Again, Dillon Gabriel off the board, so we'll see what happens. I'm not going to stick around here. You know who else has had a nice draft is the Houston Texans. Whoo! Damn, baby. The key man. This is off topic, but my Capitals just got smacked in the mouth by the Canadiens 6-3. I apologize, man. That sucks. I haven't been into hockey as much lately. I need to get back into it. I really enjoy hockey. All right, guys, I'm Jason. This is Mike Drop Sports. This was just a quick impromptu live to talk about the addition of one Caleb Johnson, another home run by the Steelers. If you didn't get to watch the live stream in its entirety, it will upload soon here, so you can check it out, hit that like button, do all that. But we will be back for another long day of content tomorrow as the Pittsburgh Steelers and the rest of the NFL embark on rounds 4, 5, and 6, and 7. So I believe they're getting them all done tomorrow, right? I don't think this goes into Sunday. Maybe it does. I don't know, but we'll see. My head's spinning with all this. So until tomorrow, I'm Jason. See you, my friends. Thank you.